Crazy important topic today. Short video. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the WTC. Something happened yesterday that I'm not very proud of. So I performed really, really well in our first three rounds. Very, very happy. Had a awesome round into Slovakia, Cyprus, and into Australia. And then day three came along. And our first round we played into China, and I played badly. Um, if you are like me and you're into competitive 40K, I know you treat the game seriously. This might seem very silly to some people, but we treat the game very seriously. We care about it. It's like we have lots of fun. And actually, we have probably more fun than most people not because we're always traveling around meeting new friends, um, and it's always a blast. But the game is treated very seriously, and in teams, you have a certain role. So a lot of times when you're playing in competitive teams, we actually treat it like it was like sports. So if you played sports in college or in high school or whatever, we treat it like sports. So when you're on a sports team, you have a specific role and a job you're supposed to do on that team. And yesterday, which was day three, I did not do my job. Now, this is a conversation I've had with a lot of clients and just with a lot of just like friends and other people. And this could be for singles if you just didn't perform at a GT that you should have performed at. You're like, why did I lose this game? Like, I just played like garbage, blah, 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 blah. What'll happen is people will go into doom spirals. They'll go on 10, 20, 30 game losing streaks when they have a few bad performances. And that can really, really suck the fun and the love of the game out of you. So I had a really, really bad day performance wise, and it was not Tyson's fault. It was my fault. I didn't play well. I had awesome opponents. Both my opponents for day three, super cool guys. Shout out to Chris from China. Had a blast. That was actually really funny. Team Norway was playing Team China, and the two Americans played each other, which was actually pretty hilarious. So super great guy. We had a very, very lovely game, but I played poorly. Chris played correctly. He took advantage of the mistakes that I was making, and there were no gotchas at all. Like, I mean, we were actually playing very give and take on like, so if there's a silly thing like your model is like a centimeter off, no big deal. We allowed people to push back, so we were super super giving game, and he was running 18 wraiths in Star Shatter, and I was running my Blood Angels. And I'll be doing a review of how my Blood Angels army operates, after the tournament. It's awesome. But the pilot needs to still operate it correctly, and I did not operate it correctly on this day. So I was supposed to go in and get us a 12 to 14, and if in WTC point scores, that's anywhere between a 11 or a 20 point, 21 point differential. So like if I had won 80 or 90 to what is it, 69, that would be like a 14 point win. So just I know it could get confusing. Don't worry about it. So anyway, it was supposed to be like a fairly decent win, and I got a very small loss. So the reason why I got a small loss, other people were watching. They might have said, "Oh, you had bad dice." No, no, no. I had bad dice when I was relying on the dice to bail me out of the bad decisions that I had made, and that you can't get mad at dice when dice refuse to bail you out. I had made some poor decisions in the game, and it led to me being put on the back foot where I wasn't able to reclaim some of the objectives that I had. And my opponent just very, very wisely didn't send in to me. He just kept on denying and moving out. And he played the game just like he should have. And he was able to take the win. Now, because of this, I I don't think I cost us the round because we did end up losing this round to China. So shout out to Team China. Actually, those guys were really surprisingly good. We're actually very proud of them. Really, really cool to see them performing, and where most people were not expecting much from them. Um, but like it actually could have cost us the round draw. It's I think we lost by like 6 points. Had I performed the way I wanted, I was supposed to, that would have made up a five of those 6 point differentials that could have gotten us a draw. So that's like my fault because I didn't perform because I played poorly. So how do I rally after something like this? Well, there's two ways that you can underperform. You can underperform because you played correctly and it didn't go your way, or you can underperform because you played like garbage. So if you played correctly, I spoke to another teammate of mine like about this, and I spoke to a lot of clients about this. If you played correctly, and just the dice don't go your way, if you set yourself up for a 3-inch charge and you roll snake eyes into snake eyes, bro, you did everything you could. You did the correct thing. Okay, man. Sometimes that's the game. Like the game does happen. People make fun of like the fact that I make these videos about luck doesn't affect 40K. Well, luck of course affects 40K. The point of those videos is that your decisions are more important than your luck, right? But if you make the correct decisions and your opponent just makes its 4 ups, or if you fail the charge, there's not much you can do about that except accept that, hey, I played the correct game and it just didn't go my way. That's fine. Occasionally it happens. Occasionally a unit of fire dragons comes out and they shoot their 5 melta guns and every single one of them rolls a 6 for damage. Like that happens and they one tap a big knight. Okay, no big deal. You can't take that on and be like, oh no, I did really bad, blah 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 blah. You can't take that on. You just shake it off. And I've had games like that where I just got to shake it off. No big deal. But then you have the second type of game, and the second type of game is when you underperform. So this is one of those games right here where I performed poorly. I just did not play well. So after the games for the day, I wasn't really feeling great. I went to dinner with the guys, had a drink, hugged my opponents, had a blast with all of them. But then I just went back to the hotel, and then you have a choice to make. And you have a choice to make. It's like, okay, cool. You played really badly. Are you going to mellow in it, or are you going to rally and come back stronger the next day? Well, guys, if you ever played sports, like I was talking about earlier, you're going to rally and you're going to come back stronger. That's like, you don't have a choice. Because if you just sink into feeling bad about yourself, then you're going to do even worse. So the reality is, oh, geez, I think I unplugged myself. So the reality is okay, let's review the game. Let's go, why did I play poorly? Was I dehydrated? Was I tired? Did I not have the equipment I needed? Well, actually, one of the things I did is I actually ran to the bathroom in the middle of the game, and I came back, and I had missed a rapid ingress. And my opponent gave me the time to look at it and everything, but I just completely lost my game plan. And I realized when I completely lost my game plan, because I came back to the table, it's not like my opponent didn't allow me to rapid ingress or anything. It's that he just ended the movement phase. I didn't say anything. He moved on into the shooting phase. I'm like, oh crap, now I'm screwed. Why would I make that mistake? Well, the reason why I made that mistake is because when I left the table, I stopped thinking about Warhammer. I stopped thinking about the game I was playing. I was like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to go dilly-dally over here. I need it. For whatever reason, I lost the game in my head. Okay, if I kept the game in my head after I went to go use the bathroom, when I come back to the table, what I should have done is just reestablish where are we, what's going on, end of the movement phase, what do I do at the end of the movement phase, go through the checklist like I tell you guys to go through. Cool. This is something that I didn't do yesterday. This is something that I can just reestablish right now. So these are all problems that I can solve right now. I screwed my team over by not performing in this matchup. And then the next matchup, I played pretty well, but my opponent just countered me well, and I got a loss. You lose sometimes when you go to the top of the world competition, which is the top of the world competition. I'm not too concerned about that one. So what I have to do now is I have to reframe my mind. I'm going to get myself back into the game state. I go through my pairings for my matches tomorrow. I make sure everything is correct. And I cannot allow one game's poor performance to shape my confidence going into other games. And so what I recommend you do is you identify why you played poorly. So now I've learned something, that if I have to leave the table to go to the bathroom, I have to keep the game in my head. I can't think about other things. I can't check my Snapchat and look at cute pictures of my daughter or whatever while I'm walking to the bathroom. What I got to do is I got to keep my head focused on the game so that when I get back to the game, I'm still in game state. That's what I get to take away from this poor performance. Then I'm not going to have that poor performance again. So for you, if it's your fault because you screwed up, because you did something wrong, you need to identify why you screwed up, why you did that thing wrong, so that you don't repeat it in the future. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I recommend you do. And I'm going to go have a blast today on the final day of the WTC. I'm really excited to meet up with the guys, and we're going to go have an awesome time. I also need to go home a little bit earlier and just chill in the hotel. I read a book, read some scripture, enjoyed my life, I woke up, I'm refreshed, I'm excited to freaking go. Guys, if you're ever feeling bad about a performance that you had, identify if it was your fault. Identify if it was just, hey, sometimes that's the way the game goes. If it's just sometimes the way the game goes, it's just the game, dude. You just got to get over it. If it's what you did that screwed you over, then what I want you to do is I want you to focus on why you made those mistakes and learn to solve the problem. So turn it into a problem solving exercise. And then you're never going to wallow and you're not going to go into these spirals where we just lose game and game after game after game after game. Because I've seen it happen for clients. I've seen it happen for people in the Discord. I've seen it happen just to people who I'm talking to. Because I talk to people at tournaments, right? So don't let that be you. Turn it into a problem solving exercise and then move forward and crush some freaking nerds with love. So, guys, this was a short one. I just need to give you the update. Whenever I go through certain things, I want to share it with you guys. So hopefully my experiences can help you. And I hope you guys have an amazing freaking day. Crump on. Bye-bye.